Hello and welcome. We are still on moment area method and we have been looking at some work examples on moment area method under cantilever. All right, so we are on example number 8. The question on the board says a cantilever 2.5 meter long is carrying a load of 25 kilonewton at what? At the free end, and 35 kilonewton at a distance of what? 1.3 meter from what? From the end A. All right, find the slope and deflection at the free end. Take E to be equals to 2.0 times 10 to the power of 8 kilonewton per meter square, and I, which is the moment of inertia, to be equals to 1.5 times 10 to the power of minus 4 meter to the power of 4. All right, so let's solve this question. All right, so the first thing we are going to be doing is we are going to be bringing out our datas. All right, so we say datas given. All right, so first we have the length of the cantilever, which is 2.5 meters. So we say L is equals to what? 2.5 meters. All right, it's carrying a load of 25 kilonewton, so let W1 be equal to 25 kilonewton. All right, and W2, which is this, to be equal to what? 35 kilonewton. All right, what do we have next? We have our moment of inertia I and our modulus of elasticity E. All right, now we are asked to find the slope and deflection at the free end. I will know that for a beam like this, the slope and deflection will be maximum at what? At the free end. All right, so we are more, what we are just trying to do is to find the maximum slope and the maximum deflection at what? At the free end. All right, so the first thing we are going to be looking for is what? Is the maximum slope at the free end. Now for this beam, the maximum slope at the free end will be the slope, the maximum slope due to what? W2 plus the maximum slope due to W1. All right, so what we are trying to do in essence is to get what? The maximum slope that W2 has caused on this beam plus the maximum slope that W1 has caused on this beam. So when we sum them together, we'll get the maximum slope at what? At the free end B. All right, now these two load are cases that we have considered before. When we consider a beam, a cantilever, all right, with a point load at the free end, all right, when we consider a cantilever with a point load at the free end, the slope is nothing but what? WL square all over 2EI. All right, that was what we got when we consider a cantilever with a load at the free end. The maximum slope was what? WL square all over 2EI. When we considered a cantilever with a what? With a point load at a distance A, all right, from the fixed end, the maximum slope was nothing but what? WA square, all right, all over what? All over 2EI. Now W there is just the load. All right, this can be W1, this can be W2, this can be W3. All right, so like I said earlier, when we considered a cantilever with a point load at what? At the free end, we got what? WL square all over 2EI. When we considered a cantilever at with a load at a distance A from the fixed end, we got what? WA square all over what? All over 2EI. So those were the maximum deflection we got, maximum slope rather, we got when we considered these two cases. Now we are going to be summing these two slopes together to get the total slope on this beam. All right, so that is exactly what we are going to do. So we say want to calculate the maximum slope, theta max. This will be equals to what? This will be equals to slope due to W1 plus slope due to W1 plus slope due to W2. All right, plus slope due to W2. So this is what we have. This implies that our maximum slope will be equal to, now in this case we have WL square all over 2EI, but in this case our load is W1, so we have W1 square, we have W1 L square all over what? All over 2EI plus here we have what? Here we have WA square all over what? All over 2EI. But in this case, we are having W2 here. So it will be W2L square all over what? All over 2EI. Alright. So this is what we have. So all we just need to do is to substitute the values, and we can find the maximum slope. Alright. So in this case, we can factor out 1 over 2EI. If we factor out 1 over 2EI, we have theta max to be equal to, I have 1 all over 2EI into the bracket of W1 L square plus W2 L square. All right. So this is what we have. All right. So we can now substitute to get our theta max. So theta max will be equal to, I have 1 all over 2 multiplied by our E is what? 2.0 times 10 to the power of 8. 2.0 times 10 to the power of 8 multiplied by what? Multiplied by, I have 1.5 times 10 to the power of minus 4. 1.5 times 10 to the power of what? Minus 4. Now everything is multiplying the bracket of what? Of W. We have everything is multiplying the bracket of W1, all right, which is equals to 25, all right, times 10 to the power of 3 multiplied by L. Our L is 2.5, which is 2.5, all to the power of what? All to the power of 2 multiplied by W2. W2 is 35 kilonewton times 10 to the power of 3, all right, times this is 2.5, all to the power of what? Of 2. All right. So this is what we have. All right. So from here we can now solve. All right. The 2.5, 25 times 10 to the power of 3 multiplied by 2.5 to the power of 2 multiplied by 35 times 10 to the power of 3 multiplied by 2.5 to the power of 2 multiplied by 1 divided by what? 2 multiplied by what? EI. All right. If you do this, you have your y max to be your theta max rather to be equal to 0.00359 radian. All right, 0.00359 radian. So imply that theta max will be equal to 0.00359 radian. All right. So this is the value for theta max. So now let's find the value for y max. How do we get our y max? Okay, we have to find the deflection at the free end, and we know that the deflection at the free end will be the maximum deflection. All right. So the maximum deflection, all right, that will occur at the free end here will be due to what? The deflection caused by W2 plus the deflection caused by what? W1. All right. So this is what we are looking at. All right. Now the deflection caused by W1, all right, in our previous cases, in our previous video, we have considered these cases, all right, both on the double integration method. We have considered a case like this on double integration method, where we have a cantilever with what? With a point load at what? At the free end, all right. When we have a cantilever with a point load at the free end, the deflection, the maximum deflection will be nothing but what? WL to the power of 3 all over 3EI, all right. WL to the power of 3 over 3EI. But in this case, the load here is W1. So it will be W1 L to the power of 3 all over what? All over 3EI. When we consider a cantilever with what? With a point load at a distance A from the fixed end, we got what? We got the bracket of WA to the power of 3 all over 3EI plus the bracket of what? WA to the power of 2 all over 2EI into the bracket of L minus A. All right. So those were the two things we got. All right. So now if we sum them together, we are going to get the total deflection. If we sum them together, we are going to get the total deflection at what? At B. All right. So y max, our y max will be equal to what? Deflection due to W1 plus deflection due to W2. All right. So like I've told you before, we have done this, and I've mentioned their cases. That is the equations we got. All right. So deflection due to W1 is nothing but what? W. In this case, we are having W1. So W1 now becomes what? Becomes the load. So we are having W1 L to the power of 3 all over what? 3EI. All right. So we have Y max to be equals to W1 L to the power of 3 all over 3EI. All right. All over 3EI. This is 3EI. So when we considered a cantilever, all right, with a point load at a distance A from the fixed end, we got the maximum deflection to be what? WA to the power of 3 all over 3EI plus WA to the power of 2 all over 2EI into the bracket of what? L minus A. All right. So, but in this case, our W now is what? Is W2, no longer W. So instead of W, we put W2. All right. So this will be plus the bracket of what? Of W2 L to the power of what? Of this is L to the power A to the power of 3 rather. A to the power of 3. A to the power of 3 all over what? All over 3EI. Alright? Alright? So we have plus W2. In this case, we have plus W2 A to the power of 2 all over 2EI. A to the power of 2 all over 2EI into the bracket of what? L minus A. Close the bracket. All right. Now, this is the deflection. This here is the deflection caused by what? By W1. All right. And this is the deflection caused by W2. So when we sum them together, we'll get the total deflection at the free end of this beam. All right. So now we will go further to substitute our values and find our Y max. All right. So we have Y max equal to our W1 is nothing but what? Our W1 is 25 kilonewton. So we have 25 times 10 to the power of what? Of 3 multiplied by L. Our L is 2.5. We have 2.5 all to the power of 3. All right. This will be all over. I have 3 multiplied by my E is 2.0 times 10 to the power of 8. I have 2.0 times 10 to the power of 8. All right. I have 1.5 times 10 to the power of minus 4. I have 1.5 multiplied by 1.5 times 10 to the power of minus 4. All right. So this is what I have. Now this is plus the bracket of what? Of, well, let's bring this down. This will be plus, all right, the bracket of W2. W2 is what? 35 kilonewton. This is 35 multiplied by 10 to the power of what? Of 3. So I have just substituted my values completely. All right. So here we have 2.5 times 10 to the power of 3 all multiplied by 2.5 to the power of 3 all over what? All over 3 times 2.0 times 10 to the power of 8 times 1.5 times 10 to the power of minus 4 times 10 to the power of 3. All right. Times 10 to the power of 3. Everything there will give us what? 0.00434. So just here we are going to have 0.0434. All right. So Y max will be equal to 0.00434. This is for this term here. All right. So 35 times 10 to the power of 3 times 1.3 to the power of 3 all over what? 3 times 2 to the power of 0. 3 times 2.0 multiplied by 10 to the power of 8 multiplied by 1.5 times 10 to the power of minus 4. This will give us nothing but 0.00854. So this is 0.00854. all right, plus 35 times 1.3 to the power of 2 all over what? 2 times 2.0 0.0 times 10 to the power of 8 multiplied by 1.5 times 10 to the power of minus 4, multiplying what? The bracket of what? Of 2.5 minus 1.3. This is nothing but 0. What? 001183. So we have 0.001183. All right, so these are our values. All right, so if you sum all of these, we'll have nothing but what? 0.006379. 0.006379. All right, so we have 0.00 equal to 0.003663. This is 6379. All right, but this is a meter. All right, this is a meter, so we need to convert it to what? To millimeter. So we multiply by 1000. If we do that, our y max will be equal to 6.379 millimeters. All right, so this is our value for what? For y max. All right, and this is our value for theta max. All right, so it is very simple and straightforward, but very importantly, what you just need to note is the formulas. All right, just know the cases and know the formulas. This is why it's very important you watch our previous video where we derived all these cases. All right, you need to know what is the maximum slope due to what is the maximum slope when we have a cantilever with what? With a load at a distance what? A, with a point load at a distance A from the fixed end. All right, you need to know what will be the maximum slope, and you need to know also what will be the maximum deflection. You also need to know what will be the maximum slope and the maximum deflection when we have a cantilever with a point load at the free end. All right, all of these are very important, so it's very essential, it's very important to watch our previous video where we did the derivation of all of these. All right, so that will be all for this question. We'll be coming next with what? Example number 9. So I hope you understand and got all the concepts correctly, and mind you, we also have the materials of all of these courses available, well explained, well structured, just for you. So if you are in need of any of them, you can feel free to reach out to us to get your own copy. All right, so I will see you on the next one. Be sure to like, share and subscribe. Thank you for watching.